Today, you and I will be exploring as much of Epic Universe as physically possible, okay? We're talking food, we're talking rides, we're talking shows, we're talking general scenery, we're talking the characters walking around, we're doing it all, okay? I spent 2 days here. I have tips, I have tricks, I have suggestions on what to do, what to skip, and where to stay. We're gonna start with that. Okay, so I stayed at the Stella Nova, which is literally directly across the street from the park. It's no Helios, which is physically in the park on the property, and the park looks like a playground compared to the size of the Helios. Let's just immediately address that. But the walk from the Stella Nova to the park is 10 minutes. It's a straight line. It took me no time at all. If you're not looking to spend Helios bucks on your trip, the Stella Nova I think is a great option. And for those of you who are new here, I am Joe Hedges. I'm a like comedian. I make sketches, I do skits. I have been coming to Universal since I was a child, and upon recent reflection, have just realized how intrinsic these parks are to so much of my childhood memories. I have always had a deep-seated dream to do this. I love watching theme park travel content. I really want to do this thing. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take you on the walk from the Stella Nova Resort to Epic Universe. We're next to this swamp. I wonder if there are any alligators. I was gonna wait until tomorrow to go to Epic Universe, but this weather is so strange. I was worried I would end up just sitting in my hotel room all night, scrolling the apps, and that doesn't really feel like an efficient use of my time while I'm paying to be in Orlando, Florida. I didn't think I'd show up here looking like a Paul brother, like with this hair, but life comes at you so fast you wouldn't even believe it. The walk from Stella Nova to the resort is 10 minutes. There's also a shuttle for those less abled. As someone who grew up at the Hard Rock Hotel, walking to Universal and Islands, this is for sure less scenic, but we have yet to exit the Stella Nova parking lot. I'm strapped. I'm staying strapped, feeling safe about that. I feel like every other monumental theme park experience of my life, I've had my family with me. Gorgeous plants, gorgeous. And here it's just me. Look at this horrible street. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it. Maybe we add some themed music or something, like, or some theming, maybe. This feels crazy. I feel like I'm alone at this park. There's nobody here. The park is being sold at 30% capacity right now. I don't even think it's at 15. I don't think it's even at 15. I'm not exactly sure where Celestial Park begins and ends, or if all of this is Celestial Park, but it's lovely, it's gorgeous. This restaurant reminds me a lot of Mythos. This looks like a very classy, elevated Mythos. We should bring Mythos here. I'm gonna be so serious, I've never seen these movies. And that, quite frankly, oh wow, gorgeous. I need to do my homework with Isle of Berk, I think, because this is such a fun place to walk around, but I hate not knowing something, so I think I'm gonna watch this movie tonight. It's pretty obvious that Isle of Berk, a lot of the animatronics that they build are not fully functioning yet, which I'm sure they will be by opening date, but that was something really interesting to me, was just, it looked like a lot of statues. We're coming up on Harry Potter. I've heard amazing things about the detail in this area and the theming. I'm very excited. However, there is only one ride, and that one ride is shut down, so it's gonna be a brief tour. Okay, I'm not gonna say it doesn't remind me of the area in, what is it, Diagon Alley, I guess? It doesn't not remind me of that. The level of immersion that they're doing in this area is crazy. Like, hearing conversations from windows from the street and hearing spells being cast from above and everywhere, and the jazz. I just realized what this reminds me so much of, because I wasn't really a Fantastic Beasts watcher. It is literally just also 1920s Paris from Interview with the Vampire, AMC's Interview with the Vampire, and that's also kind of a gag to me, because it does feel like I'm on set of that show, which just shows how well done it is. Let's go to the spooky area. Very much like, seems like the nocturne alley of this park. Seems like we're following a few formats. Just looking at these tiny little things in these windows, it's just all so intentional and subtle, like completely meant to go unnoticed. For example, that like goop coming from that mushroom that I just showed you, like it literally is just these tiny little details that make this feel like a real place and not a theme park, which I think is what Universal does best. I want to see if we're able to get into the walkthrough for Battle at the Ministry. I know we can't ride the ride, but I'd like to see the Ministry if we can. And then I think I'm gonna do a butterbeer crepe. I wasn't gonna do the butterbeer crepe, and honestly, I've seen a few videos of it, and everyone seems to actually low-key hate it. So I wanna see if I also do. So obviously it was disappointing not to be able to ride this ride, but I also understood when buying a preview ticket that that was an option. Also, they announced it like a week before I even went, and right when I bought the ticket. So no harm, no foul. And also, this walkthrough in and of itself could be an experience. Like, and it is. The flu experience of it all, listen, a cute little gimmick. I found it very fun. I remember when they described the flu, it was implied that it would feel like true magic. It feels like smoke coming up from the ground for sure. This looks unbelievable. I mean, I've seen so many videos of this on the internet, and I couldn't even conceptualize what it would feel like in real life to be in this room. It really feels tremendous. It feels massive. All of the detail, every little tile, which is just a whole separate situation. It really, you feel completely immersed in a magical world. And the line got as long as 300 minutes when it reopened, so I guess you'd have a lot of time to be able to explore every little minute detail of this. Just breezing through it, I felt like I did not have nearly enough time to grasp what I was seeing, what I was doing even. Something I found incredible here even is look at the dust and the dirt from where the plates that were removed from this banner once were. You can see the outlines of old plates that Umbridge had. It's this kind of detail that I'm obsessed with. This queen, iconic, the animatronics feel like we are living in the future. I wish I could have gotten on the ride, but I did not really feel like I missed out on much because of what I got to see. I'm not normally a show person at a theme park, but because there was no ride in this area, I decided to hop into La Cirque Arcanu, which is a Fantastic Beasts show. You get this cute little street performance pre-show before you get inside the circus tent. You can't film inside. Let me tell you, girl, you are seeing Fantastic Beasts, and let me tell you something else, where to find them. It is unbelievable. The animatronics, the costumes, the stage production. I was floored by what I saw at this show, and if I were like 12, 13 years old, my parents would go bankrupt from buying me every single stuffed animal that they had here. All right, and obviously we can't play around. I went to Café de la Sirène, which I think means mermaid, to get a butterbeer crepe and a pumpkin juice. Why not? Incredibly valuable pro tip. I just spent 20 minutes waiting for my butterbeer crepe, and realized like after you press order, you then have to say, I have arrived, deliver my order. So now they're delivering my order. It's so good. It's so good. I used to make it at home. What is that? It's pumpkin juice, apple juice, nutmeg, cinnamon. It's delicious. This is like absolutely gigantic. Okay. I kind of like it. I think that the filling is delicious. I think the whipped cream on top is even better. The whipped cream is very butterscotchy. The inside, there's like a lot of crepe. There's like an overwhelming amount of physical carb. Maybe I'm just like truly a bottomless pit, which I've had suspicions about since childhood, but I was seeing people say, this is a one-time novelty, you're never gonna get this a second time. I'm gonna get this every time I'm here. I can't decide if my experience is being colored by the fact that I'm here alone and kind of committing to the bit. Whoa. Gorgeous. But I would argue out of the 3 Harry Potter parks in Orlando, this is the best. There's no rides, huh? But I've spent a lot of time here. I was not expecting to spend any time here at all. And I've been here for hours just at this one area, and there's still more to do and more to eat. Okay, we're about to enter Dark Universe, which I would argue is what I'm definitely most excited for. As an original fan of the Monsters Cafe in Universal Studios, I feel as if Dark Universe is made for me. This was the one I was most excited about when it was announced. I wish it was dark out, but we're gonna go in daylight and then come back for the darkness. I do think that this land is hard to grasp when it's sunny out. I cannot wait to get back when it's dark out. So for now, I'm gonna head into Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, which I'm so excited about. It's like Forbidden Journey, but evolved and more high tech. I'm literally could not be more looking forward to something. I could not help but imagine the child version of myself that was hysterically sobbing in the queue for the Mummy going through this. I would be taken out on a stretcher.
These people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing, better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Calm yourself. That wasn't us.
That was just like a modern Forbidden Journey. It was like a higher tech Forbidden Journey. I actually really enjoyed it. And I love the gift shop. Again, if I was a kid here, I would own every single one of those demon monster toys. I can tell you that. I can tell you my suitcase would be full. It still feels weird to be in this area of the park in daylight. I kind of still want to just wait until it's darker. Seems like there are some crazy things happening, actually. Hold on, there's a violinist.
Now, I will tell the others what you've heard. Keep an eye on this one, all right?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give myself the night for that side of the park. Again, just completely empty. While I wait for the sun to set, I'm gonna try and get on Stardust Racers. Also, when does the sun set? You know, probably not until 8:30, so maybe I have to give up and just go back to Dark Universe after, because I want Das Steakhouse, and I also kind of want to drink. The Stardust Racer line is a little bit long, but I need to wait on it. I need to see this for myself. That was like a better Dueling Dragons. The way that you could literally see the pores on the person on the opposite coaster's face at points on that ride was actually unbelievable. It was so close contact. It was so fast. It was so fun. It was worth the wait. And it's getting dark out. It's time to return to Dark Universe because I need a sandwich and to experience this near sunset. Okay, so maybe sunset was an ambitious goal, but it's around like 8 o'clock now. Unfortunately, they are no longer letting people into Das Steakhouse, so I will have to put my dream on hold until tomorrow night. So we're gonna go to the Burning Blade Tavern to get a garlic steak, which, first of all, fun fact, the only place you can get garlic in the entirety of Dark Universe is at the Burning Blade. Second of all, this is... I want to live here. I want to live here so badly. I'm so obsessed with it. I also love a piece of bread. I love a pretzel. I love a garlicky carb. This was good. This was good. I have to wonder if I got like a maybe an older piece since it was close to closing time. I will be revisiting this for certain, but there's nothing I love more than like dipping bread in garlic butter in a Universal Monsters themed tavern. I think my most overwhelming sentiment about this land is how much I would have been obsessed with it as a kid
It is so cute and spooky and weird, and there's so many little corners and areas to explore, and seems very interactive. The restaurants are really cute. I'm walking into a pet restroom, a service dog area.
As you can see, the sunset already starts to help with the vibes here. I mean, come on, like, it's just so special to me. I literally love the characters in this world. It just makes it feel all the more real. I mean, it's like it came out of my imagination.
As I expected, Dark Universe is a true delight. A true delight. We have Igor walking around, we have the Invisible Man. It just feels like something out of Halloween Horror Nights, but it's a permanent installation. I can't wait to see more of it. I'm excited to see more of it tomorrow night and to just really get to Das Steakhouse because it was closed tonight. I would say it definitely wins the award for like the most gorgeous atmosphere at a theme park I've ever seen. Every little thing is beautiful, and as the sun is setting, it's getting more and more stunning. And also I have like, unfortunately, permanent camera damage from the garlicky butter.
I don't know if I've ever experienced this before. Maybe it's because my day was short. I don't want to leave. Like, I love a theme park. I usually always end up finding my natural exit. You know, I usually hit a point when I say, you know what sounds amazing? Sitting in bed and going to sleep. It was like a struggle to walk out of this Kronos and go back to the hotel for the night. I wanted to stay for so much longer. Okay, so day one of what has now become a 2-day experience at Epic Universe is in the books. I think my mission for tonight is going to be to watch How to Train Your Dragon because I felt really looped out. I'm gonna find out what streaming platform, probably Peacock. Right, that's Universal. We'll see. I'm gonna find out how to stream it. I'm gonna watch it. Also, something sweet that just happened in the elevator that I'm really just kind of reminiscing on now is this kid, this younger teenager, stopped me and asked me where I got my shirt, which is Dueling Dragons. And I told him I think I got it on eBay. I now remember it was Depop 2020. Either way, he asked me if I ever got the chance to ride Dueling Dragons, and I was like, yeah, I think it was my first roller coaster. I was like, did you? And he was like, no, I wish, I'm jealous. That's the kind of thing about these parks that I just feel is unique to Universal. There's this real appreciation for what has come before. You know, there's this real understanding that it was never like, yes, it's always been improved and there's always been new expansions and amazing new things. Take Epic Universe, for example, but when you lose something in the process in the other parks, for example, Jaws or Dueling Dragons, you cherish it. I don't know, it just feels like a special kind of community that is nurtured in Universal parks. And I'm so excited and I really want to be a part of it. Like, I really want to be able to document it for somebody. Like, I'm watching the last day of the Jaws ride all the time on YouTube. I'm always watching that. And that's documentation, which actually is like my whole thing. That's like what my podcast is. That's what so much of what my life is like preserving memories. This just feels like a new way to do it. I don't know, like, I actually don't even care if anyone watches these. If I just start making these little snapshots of memories from my life, that matters to me, you know what I mean? And that's really exciting. And I'm gonna make them gorgeous, and I'm gonna make them incredible because that's just who I am. You know, I can't resist. It's hot as hell in this room. Anyway, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon. Maybe I could watch it on the television.
What is he doing out again? What are you doing out? Get inside! That's...
It's 5:45. The curtains were open in my room as I was sleeping, and I woke up to a flashing light. I'm like, okay, paparazzi. The paparazzi found me. I have to close my window because they're taking pictures of me as I sleep. Like, it's getting to Princess Diana levels. I look out the window. What to my wondering eyes should appear but a 5:45 a.m.
solar light show stemming from Helios and what I can only presume is the entire park. What the hell, you guys? That's crazy. I get that. I'm sure it's testing. It's obviously testing. But oh my God. Imagine you're driving down the highway to work and aliens make contact like that next to you. Those lights are strong as hell. The whole room lit up. The whole room. Excited to see what that's for. I'm assuming it's just a light show. But oh God, the innovation. Oh, the innovation. I thought that extra park hours began at 8 a.m. Turns out it was 9. You would think I just woke up for basic training. But you know what? I get an extra 45 minutes to sit in my room, sip some coffee, and prepare for the day. I am really having a crisis of faith while I'm down here. I really, really, really want to play Igor in Dark Universe. I want to walk around that park and scream so badly. Like, that just seems like something I'd be really good at. I know that might sound crazy, but it just is kind of like my calling in some ways, is to be like an actor on the streets of a theme park. Some goals for today. I want to ask a stranger to take a picture of me in the coffin at Dark Universe. I really need to eat more food. I gotta eat more food. I need to eat at Das Steakhouse. I cannot risk missing it like I did last night. I need a bite of that disgusting mac and cheese cone.
Once again, we are walking that brief walk from Stella Nova to the park. It is significantly nicer out today, significantly hotter out. I don't know what I was expecting, but obviously there is a massive line to get in for the early park hours. And again, this is at 30% capacity, so things will probably look a little bit crazier pretty soon. I'm starting my morning at Super Nintendo World, okay? This is definitely, I don't even know how to describe it. It is a sensory experience like no other. I have been to the Hollywood Park before. I was amused by it. I wasn't overwhelmed by that experience. This is something truly on a different level. I mean, look at the size of those mushrooms. But it's just massive. It's massive and it's incredibly stimulating, okay? If you are someone who gets overstimulated, I would not be surprised if this is where you have your meltdown of the day. There are just so many noises, so many machines and animatronics and things to look at and see and be just overwhelmed by, truly. And for me, I'm going to start my morning at Bowser's Challenge, the Mario Kart ride. That's how I'll be overwhelmed. This is a AR kind of shooting game, very reminiscent of almost a Men in Black, I guess, just an extremely modern version of it.
Okay, I just got off the Bowser ride in Super Mario Land, and I would argue I kind of wish they explained the rules of how to play the game before you started. Watching this back, I'm kind of like, did they? Like, there's like a 90% chance they did. You know, like, I can't really necessarily vouch for my own attention span and ability to listen to rules. It took me until like the last possible scene to figure out how to shoot properly. And once I did, I was enjoying it a lot more. But prior to that, it was really hard to focus on anything. Like, the AR of it all makes it really difficult to see the real sets they built, and then the sets are just so over the top and massive that it's distracting from the AR. And then you're like shooting, but you're not really told to, so it's complicated. I don't know. Okay, this area feels the most reminiscent to me so far of any other Universal park. I can't think of what this is reminding me of. This kind of screams actually Universal to me. In a fun way, these mine carts look crazy. This is the ride that everyone's waiting to get on, right? Who the hell is this? Oh, yeah, I really want to get on the mine cart, but it is delayed. Since I had the chance yesterday to do literally everything else, I think I'm gonna buy some time in Super Mario World and hope that the mine cart's open, because it looks like a great ride. Of course, all the exciting rides are the ones that are not open right now. I guess that makes sense. I guess the exciting rides are the more complicated ones. The mine cart looks insane, though. Look at the way this cart moves right here. Crazy. Literally massive. There's a certain kind of bizarrety that comes with being a grown man about to get on Yoshi's adventure alone. But I think it'd be weirder not to go on it. I think it'd be weirder to pay to come to this park and not go on a ride, so I'm gonna go on it. Oh, it's literally the Cat in the Hat. It's the Cat in the Hat. It looks like the Cat in the Hat. It sounds like the Cat in the Hat. It almost smells like the Cat in the Hat. I may have underestimated the age requirement for Yoshi's adventure. This is for an infant. This is for my niece. I was gonna say this ride would be like a good opportunity to cool off. It's direct sunlight. Anyone else worried about the world? Anyone else scared about the planet? How much energy does this take to run? That was a waste of time and energy. Now, I'm gonna go try and get on mine cart madness.
Okay, after a bit of a wait, I got on the ride. I really enjoyed this one. It felt like like a Big Thunder Mountain, or like even a Flight of the Hippogriff Flying Unicorn could have been if the technology existed that exists now. So much of this park that you'll see feels that way. It feels like such an improvement and an innovation on tech that has been trying to get there for decades. You might be wondering, why didn't you eat at the Toadstool Cafe? Why didn't you have any food here? I was honestly advised against it. I was recommended to skip the food in Super Nintendo World.
You know when you reach that point in your day at a theme park when you realize that you hate your life, you've made horrible decisions, you're exhausted, you're starving, you're sweaty, you're dehydrated for sure. That one, like, top of the list. I've reached the point in my day, it's 11 a.m. I'm starving. And I know exactly what I'm gonna get.
You can get the mac and cheese cone at Grog and Gruel, which is a kiosk in Isle of Burke. I think you can also mobile order it at a different food counter in this land. This is Universal's answer to Disney's Cozy Cone, where you can also get a mac and cheese cone. This is one to split, obviously. I don't think anyone actually needs to be told that. That's probably the obvious answer. I'm alone, so yeah, I am gonna probably eat like 98% of it by myself, because I would just hate to waste the food. I would hate to waste the food. I just, it's actually a political reason why I ate the entire cone.
This is the PBJ cone. It's as good as you would expect it to be. Pulled pork, bacon, jam, mac and cheese in a bread bowl, basically. It's kind of amazing. I also got the Dragonfire soda, which kind of tastes like a Mountain Dew. That's kind of Baja Blastian. Incredibly not proud of this. This land does hit different after watching 25 to 35% of the movie yesterday. It looks just like it, it's gorgeous. But look at that, oh my God, I wish I could go in that water. I guess you could, there's the water ride, which also feels like a crazy thing for someone to do when they're alone in the theme park talking to a phone. This is kind of incredible. The way they look looking at the baby is crazy. This very cute reference to Jurassic Park.
Oh my God, everything is about to change forever right now.
Hi! Please let me know if you see Pouncer. Everyone say hi to Pouncer! Spank Pouncer. Where's it, buddy? I mean, what's free everywhere? Earlier today, at Pouncer, we have all these A lot of new Vikings characters watching us. Do you want to show off your pouncing? Pouncer! Pouncer! Yeah! Pouncer! And give it up for Lauren. She did this too. Lauren, you did an awesome job. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that is just one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Like, I know it's a robot dog underneath that thing. It doesn't matter. There is a moment, I'm going to replay it. How is that not computer generated? How is that a real physical movement? It doesn't even make sense in my brain.
I'm still obsessed with the idea of eating a real meal. I haven't done that yet, but it's coming, I feel it. Okay, I just did Monsters Unchained a second time, which to me actually is a glowing endorsement. I love that ride. It's so good, it's so fun. It seems like every park after Diagon Alley needs this moment where it kind of has like the dragon breathing fire, the windmill catching on fire, the experiment going off in the tower in Frankenstein's house. I really want to go to Das Steakhouse. It seems hard to get in. It seems complicated to get in, but I need a real meal, so I think I'm going to do that. Although, the last thing I really need is another chicken sandwich. Okay, this is kind of a moment I've been waiting for since getting here. We're at Das Steakhouse. I ordered a steak for lunch, as well as a mead and a souvenir Coke. Oh, that's delicious. The mead is actually very good. What the hell is a mead? This tastes like, I mean, it's boysenberry, but it tastes like red wine and Diet Coke. If you know, you know. If you don't know, good for you. If you don't know, good for you. I can't overestimate the level of public humiliation that this is. I actually can't. But we're doing it.
Oh.
Very good. It's kind of like the last thing I needed. I mean, it's kind of your typical Sunday roast in some ways. Above average for theme park food. Let me tell you that. The food in this park is crazy.
This is a pretzel in a graveyard. This is not normal. You understand? Yes. This is not something that happens every day. Maybe by the burning plate, but not in the graveyard. Mainly because the residents of this graveyard, well, they don't eat because they're dead. You understand? Got it. So this means that somebody is dead. Oh. Like shocking. No. We must scoop this out. Is this your pretzel?
No. I also got the chance to meet Frankenstein's monster and his bride in Dark Universe, which was cool to me. I love all of it so much. I mean, I keep gushing about Dark Universe, but as someone who lives in that world, it just hits so different. It hits so good to see all of that. I am in love. Oh my God, I'm in love with Frankenstein. I have fallen madly in love with Frankenstein. Both the animatronic and the actor. Maybe not the actor so much as the character the actor is playing. And by Frankenstein, I mean Frankenstein's monster. And by Frankenstein, I mean Frankenstein's monster. I wonder if anyone else does meet and greets in there. I'm not sure about that. I would hope so, right? I'd hope they all do. But Frankenstein's monster and his bride were great. I'm gonna give her a name. I'm gonna start calling that girl Carly. Yeah, I think Frankenstein's bride's name should be Carly. C-A-R-L-E-I-G-H, Carly. Right? She kind of looks like a Carly. I've eaten so much. That's arguably the worst sunburn I've ever had in my entire life. I had one mead at Das Steakhouse, and I also had that delicious steak. I'm feeling pretty alive. I got a reusable cup. It has water in it, but I asked a kind family from Spain to take the picture of me in the coffin, and they were really sweet. And I'm feeling pretty good about the whole situation now. I feel like I've done some of the scary stuff. For example, putting a light on myself to eat a steak at Das Steakhouse. That was scary. That was frightening, but I did it. Honestly, the rest of my day is really open. I don't have much else to accomplish except for all of the Isle of Burke. So maybe I'll try to get over there for a second. But I'm feeling really good. There is a helicopter hovering and it is so hot. Overall, it's pretty great. Yeah, this is an amazing park. I feel like usually there's a huge lake. This is just a big ass fountain. I'm heading back over to the Isle of Burke. I think this is the best reveal. I'm gonna get on these damn rides. I'm gonna do it. I'm feeling really invigorated after Das Steakhouse. I was so excited to see that little freaky little vampire little girl. She's so me. Okay, I just did Hiccup's Winged Gliders, which there were so many launches, it was so good. It was like if Hippogriff or Unicorn like had, again, modern day technology. It's kind of crazy what the technology is doing, huh? It's hot. I'm gonna be honest, it's very hot out. This is about the time of day when I'd be on a trip with my family where I would start a war, where I would start a crisis situation with my family at 10 years old. Like this is the energy I'm feeling, like absolute crash out, exhaustion, fatigue. This music is not helping. Doesn't get better than this. A lot less congestion than this morning in the park, I'll say that. It's pretty cleared out. This area is, I think, only ever empty. I honestly don't really know why you would be in this area if not to take a break from the lands and just give yourself a second in the shade or something. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, but I don't really know what else there is to do here. A lot of bars. And if the Dragon Show, which I have the schedule on my phone, I should just check. I've heard great things about it. I've heard it's like Broadway in a theme park. I really want to see it, but also I've heard great things about some fish snack. But by fish, I mean dessert, a cake of sorts in Burke that I would like to have a shot at. I think this park has a lot to see in the sense that you can keep going back to the lands over and over again on the same day and get something new each time. I don't know if the same could be said for Islands or for Universal. With the exception of Harry Potter, those parks were built before this level of immersion was expected from a theme park. And now it really is full-blown different planet, Burke. Looks like we're just about to make the Untrainable Dragon, which I'm really excited about. I'm glad I chose to pop over here. I want to watch every How to Train Your Dragon movie when I go home. That show was so cute. I kind of wish I wasn't like 14 when that movie came out because I would have been obsessed. But I do think I'm gonna go home tonight and watch all of them, or as many as I can. I feel like there's more than I think there are. The park is clearing out. The sun is getting lower in the sky, yet hotter. I just had the fish, the catch of the day dessert, chocolate mousse. It was good. Would I recommend? Honestly, no. Honestly, no. And that's the thing about me, I'm willing to be honest. And I would say no, honestly. I feel insane for what I'm about to say, but I think I'm gonna go back to Dark Universe for the 80th time today. I don't really know what I'm gonna do there. I just keep walking around. I want there to be more there just so that I have more of a valid reason to be there. There doesn't need to be more because I'm actually enjoying it regardless. It's kind of fine. How much more food could I eat, realistically? I was visited briefly by my friend Nick, and we both were saying how it just feels like if Islands of Adventure was made today. If they had the technology and the resources they had then, this is what Islands of Adventure would have been. Another minor detail that I really appreciate about at least Dark Universe, I'm not sure if it's the whole park, The doors to the restaurants, to Burning Blade and to Das Steakhouse are automatically shut. They're not like held open for guests to walk in. You have to open them yourself, and they're heavy. The Burning Blade door is heavy. It makes it more immersive. You guys, I am beat. I am beat. Whoa. I spent some time in Darkmoor, went on Monsters Unchained for a third time, had an amazing time. Then I needed a second, so I went to, and this is a pro tip, I would argue, a pro tip from someone who's experiencing this for the first time. I went to Le Gobelet Noir. It is in like tucked in like the dark area of the Ministry. I had a delicious little platter, but it was nice, it was empty, it was cold. I needed that really badly. I'm very sunburnt. So I'm like walking back to Darkmoor, like there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong. Well, I'm going back on Stardust Racers because at this point, why not? You know, I feel really accomplished. I feel like I had a full day here. I feel like I saw everything. I did everything. I'm proud of myself. I kept myself going. And it's a 15-minute wait for this one, and it's fantastic. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna check out Ministry one more time, and then I'm gonna go back to Dark Universe and go home. Okay, Stardust Racers, green track goes crazy. The one thing I do consider wanting is the absinthe moonshine drink. There's been a line all day, which is crazy. But it doesn't seem like there's a line right now, so maybe I close my night out with that.
This will bewitch your senses. I don't suggest you taking your broom home this evening. If you start to feel a little numb at the front of your face, it's perfectly fine. It happens to everybody, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. This is cute. This is cute. It's worth the show. You know, it's worth the show. I want to call this thing a sniffler. A snuffler? It verges on a slur after a certain point, but it's giving sniffler. Its name is a niffler. It's very cute. It does a lot of different poses, actually.
It wouldn't be a trip without butterbeer. I also just needed it to recreate this picture I've been taking for the past 15 years. That is a sickening number.
You guys, why am I kind of emotional? Maybe it's the absinthe moonshine drink on top of the mead and whatever else I had today. But this was a really special day. I'm really proud of myself for coming. I know that might sound stupid, but there is something a little bit spooky, scary about doing something like this for me personally. Also, just by the way, like, we've cleared out. We've emptied out. I mean, there's still people in the lands. I'm sure Darkmoor is crowded now. I feel like if I noticed anything from last night, that land got the most crowded at night. But come on. Again, 30% capacity versus 100%, but still. This is definitely like my favorite roller coaster I've ridden in a very long time. Hands down. Also, truly not for nothing. I'm not trying to brag. It's kind of like, I'm feeling insane. I'm feeling like maybe I'll go to Das Steakhouse. We won, you guys. We did it. This is the start of something really exciting for me. I've always wanted to do this, and I did. You know, like, I'm trying to get into this habit of realizing that the first time doesn't need to be the best time, and that practice quite literally makes perfect, and also that perfection doesn't exist. And I feel that way about working out sometimes. I feel that way about content. Even just being a person, just interacting with people and moving through the world. Like, it's not always gonna be the easiest thing on the planet. And sometimes it's gonna be awkward, and sometimes it's gonna be weird, but the more you do it, the more you put yourself out there, the better you're gonna get at it. It's literally just a muscle waiting to be used, you know? Clocking in for my shift. Well, you guys, it's time for our grand finale at the park. And it's another stout. And we have the burger, which I'm most excited about. I think it's squid ink is what dyes the burger. It's very good. It's like boggling my mind that this is theme park food. Like, that's what I keep remembering. It's like, oh, I'm at a theme park. This is a burger that can be served at a great restaurant. And now it's time to try our little brain here. Very excited about this one. I've also heard great things. It turns red every so often to let you know there's vampires present. Ooh, a panna cotta. Girl, the amount of food dye I've eaten today. Call me RFK Jr. because I'm suspicious. By the way, at around 8 o'clock, they start closing down the restaurants. So if you want a meal at like someplace like Das Steakhouse, you're gonna want to show up an hour before park closing, which is respectful of employees' times, first of all, but second of all, just good to know. I was the last person to be let into Das Steakhouse, and it was probably 8:06. It's dark out now, it's 8:30, it's time to go home. I just can't really express how happy I am that Dark Universe exists. The whole park is amazing, but something about this land and the theming, and just even the fact that a piece of property has been permanently sectioned off for this IP, to me feels so special. I mean, like, literally, it's actually kind of a dream come true. I remember, like, rumors and theories about a land like this happening, and here we are, and it's just incredible. I literally never want to leave. Oh my God. I want to do this all the time, but I really, really want to do Halloween Horror Nights this year. Log it, opening weekend. Putting that out into the universe. Putting that out into the universe, because doing press weekend for that would be crazy. You guys, we're heading home. We are heading home.
9th floor.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We did it. I mean, listen. Oh, it could be worse.
I was gonna go grab a snack from downstairs, and I said to myself, you have a real problem. You have a real problem, like, something's really wrong, because what did you do all day if not binge eat? What did you do all day if not push your body to its limits? Physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. It's just like, when am I gonna learn? When will I learn my limits? You know, aside from that, I had a wonderful day. I really did. I'm really, really, really so happy with that park and with my experience. I've had my fair share of days at a theme park that are Ms. Z. Elliot. I've had days that are fantastic. And today was fantastic. It feels really special to be in this inaugural group of people seeing this park for the first time. There's no sort of fan like a Universal Studios fan. There is this appreciation for the history of it. I think that there is, from fans, a greater understanding of the effort and the talent that goes into creating these spaces in Universal Studios parks. And Epic Universe is a true testament to that. I mean, there are things in that park that I think people would be... You could spend a week there noticing little details. It's stepping into movies. It's stepping into art. It's another medium to enjoy art. Anyone who makes you feel bad for enjoying a theme park, okay? And I'm including Disney adults in that. anyone who makes you feel bad for enjoying art. Because, yeah, maybe people take it a little bit extreme in some situations, but ultimately it's such a gorgeous four-dimensional tool to consume art, and we have to treat it like it's some juvenile, childish activity that we should feel guilty for enjoying. No, that is unbelievable. You know, the work and the effort that goes into creating these spaces is not something to be treated as childish and inconsequential. It is major. It is major pieces of art and history. I'm feeling moved. I'm going to pack my bags for tomorrow because I do want to wake up and maybe dip in the pool. And then I'm going to finish How to Train Your Dragon. Well, I miss it already. Oh my god, what is there to look forward to in my life? I have no trips planned. I have no prospects. I have no job. I have no money. I barely have any friends at this point. Oh my god, these big ass wasps. I'm starting to process like the mania I slipped into around hour 15 of that theme park. But I bought the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Well, it's over. It's over. I'm waiting for my car back to the airport. What a true, fascinating social experiment in anxiety and theme parks. I'm so glad we could do this together. I'm proud of us, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram @JoeHedges and on TikTok @BeQuietJoe.